Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. It's been a long time since my last tutorial, since my last live stream here in the channel. So today is Saturday, and I have a little bit of time. I was inspired, and I want to do a tutorial. Live stream today about ZBrush. I'm gonna be sculpting on ZBrush, and I don't think I'm going to be jumping to Blender, but just in case I need something from Blender, I'm just going to, you know, do it just for a little bit, and yeah, that. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do here is going to head planes and take the usual suspect. This case is gonna be male 256. Gonna open that. This guy. I usually send this guy to hey Mihal, how you doing? I send this welcome to the live stream. So I usually take this guy and send it over to Blender and work with that over there. So today I'm gonna be just using hey Daniel, how you doing, man? Welcome to the live stream. I think it's your first time in my live stream, so thank you. So let's see. Hey Daniel, how you doing, man? Let me open just 1 second, guys. I need to open something here. There you go. 1 second, because I don't want to be restream. I'm gonna be using restream for 1 second. Let me put this in silence. My phone. There you go. I put it right there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Close this for a second. Alright. Open that. Okay. Alright, there you go. If you have any question, just shoot me. Alright, so let's see. I have set up a few tools here, the basic tools that I use on when I'm sculpting, and I'm just gonna be starting like cleaning up just a little bit those hard looking edges. And one of the things I actually love about this plane surface, I have to say this like a lot of times. Let's see, and is that this particular base mesh allows you to have more controlling anatomy, because it's just it's actually very accurate in like where everything is in the face, like cheekbones, or more definition in facial anatomy in this case. I'm just gonna be just scratching the surface here. Just bear with me here for a second. The first stage that you need to have in mind when you're doing this kind of things, if this is your first time, is that you need to sketch. You need to have something to work with. Just like when you're gonna draw, if you don't know how to draw, or if you draw, you know that you first do like a sketch, something very rough, and just to have an idea on what you're gonna be doing or you're gonna be creating, right? So in this case, that's what I'm gonna be doing here. Just going to sketch out just a little bit of the little face that we're going to be doing today. All right. One of the things I love from ZBrush is that you actually can manipulate the surface and just in such a nice way. It's just amazing how like the tools behave a little bit different from Blender, because I'm actually used to Sculpt in Blender, so it's kind of like when I did the transition from one to another, it's just I feel like the polygons doesn't behave the same way. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Just let me see, just I'm gonna select alpha here. I'm gonna alpha 38. This is the standard damage standard brush, so I'm just going to but I need it to be more sharp, so what I did is just I put an alpha here, so the alpha is going to be like pointy. It's going to allow me to have like a crease, something like that, so I can scratch better the surface. I like to start with the nose because the nose is actually going to tell me a lot of stuff about the face, believe it or not. And let me see, I don't have any reference open right now, so I'm just going to, it's been a long time since my last live stream. Just here, just creating some shapes here. Going to the mouse just for a second here. Creating some basic shapes here so I can have an interesting idea in who this guy is. We do something here for a second. Let me turn off perspective and floor. So there we go. So like every time I snap, the view is gonna be a flat snap. So give me 1 second. Let's see, 1 second here. There we go. All right. So let me keep going with this. Okay, I better open some kind of my references for anatomy. I have a huge panel with references about just anatomy. I use pure references, so let me show you real quick what I mean by that. This is what I mean. I have a lot of references in different types of different parts of the body of the human anatomy. So that helps a lot. When you are actually starting something, it's better to have like a real reference of if I want to do something specific, I just go and, you know, open that wall that I have saved already. With pure references allows you to save those references, so whatever you want to use it, just go open the tool and bam. Let me see. One of the things you have to take care of is the contour of whatever you're doing. See how it's looking from different angles. I have done so many faces so far, and I don't want to make something that looks like something that I already created, right? So I'm trying to create very specific randomness and faces. Okay, let me fix this. The rest. Oh, nope. I have noticed something, that every time I open this particular file, there's some weird spots, like gray or black spots here. You see, there is one, and there's another one. I think it's something in the file. I don't know what it is. So what I'm going to do now is just I'm going to save this tool, import it again, so I can you know, take care of that, because it's kind of like distraction. So if you're new in the live stream right now, welcome to the live stream, and today's ZBrush stream. I gotta put some eyes right there just in a second. Need to take care first of proportions and cleaning a little bit more. I don't like doing human faces. So many times I had said that they're boring. So every time I do like that I think is kind of getting a little human-like, I just go and do something else. It's like a reflex in my mind. Every time I see that, it's just like I don't know. I had to take care of that, because I mean. There is some humans that actually have really nice factions in the face and some really nice anatomies. And one of the things I like to watch is old people. Older people. Okay, they have such nice wrinkles, such nice details. I like to watch those because it can give you a lot of perspective on how actual skin behave. So when you do when you're gonna do like a design for whatever you're doing, and I like to watch natural stuff. Like for example, I like to have a lot of references about real sculptures made of clay. I don't know, it feels different from digital, and it feels more natural. I don't know, it's just my brain actually understands that better. Maybe it's that, right? And just here cleaning, you know, cleaning just those edges that I have from the original base mesh. I'm trying to give a little bit more proportionality here to the rest of the body. I mean, from the rest of the head. Creating those interesting. I have a school. Actually, I have a tool for only for like. This tool is going to only generate images of a school. Let me show you here the one I have. This is huge. Okay, here it is. So let me. There it is. You can like render. Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah. Daniel Mehal, if you're watching, Daniel is my student. He's gonna be I'm gonna be training him for how to model in Blender. So it's gonna be a freaking awesome adventure. So look at this. This is freaking awesome. This is just a really nice reference of a school. So this tool, it can like make these nice renders about school in different angles, so you can see have an idea on how to work with that. Yeah, we started classes on next Wednesday, so that's why he's saying that. All right, so let's get going on this, and let me just here for a second. Click here, let me see. Let me insert a sphere right now for the eyes. Go to subtool, and let's go down here and go to a pen, and let's select the sphere, and oops, I forgot to select this one. I'm gonna right there. I'm going to just scale it down. I'm gonna move it right there, just a little bit. I should have already some kind of base mesh for only the eyes, so I don't have to do this all the time. So I'm kind of right there, maybe 90 degrees, going to the front. Let's try that. So let me do that now. Let me do the symmetry to the other side. Just go here to say plugin. Yeah, subtool, subtool master. Go to mirror. This is one of the ways you can do that. So bam, it's already in the other side. Sorry, it's not okay. Let me do something here. 1 second. And displacement. No, I mean deformation. There we go. Let's go for mirror, and let's go to geometry. Modify geometry and mirror wall. For some reason, it's not. I'm not gonna take care of that right now. Let me just move forward and start. Let's just select this little thing right here. Just creating the shape here for have in mind this is just Dynamesh. I haven't even, this is just a little fast concept. Yeah, something like that. Let me fix here. This, if you see the face here from the side, it's too straight. Like, I don't know, there is no, and that's because of the nose, so there is no, the contour is just not that appealing, so I'm just going to fix that. Like right here. Going to try to, there you go, something like that. Let me try to really strong jaw like that. Let me start creating here the base muscles for the neck. So, and let me, oh Jesus, wait, let me change that. No, Dynamesh. I'm going to 256. There we go. That's one of the things that I love from ZBrush. Every time, like, let's say that, listen, look at this. So let's say that you're going to just pull this off, right? Like pull it really like that. You can see here, though, the topology is actually like running out topology, right? So the how long is gonna be the live stream? Maybe like I don't know, 1 or 2 hours maybe. So let me just do an example here where so you can see it. So I can sculpt in that. It's impossible. I mean you can do it, but you're not gonna have any good results. So you have that. So now I'm just going to control and draw, and look what happens. He actually fixed that thing that you see there. So if you do that, he's going to, because I have this activated Dynamesh, he's going to redistribute the same amount of subdivisions that you have in the rest of the model. That is something just amazing. So let me do something here because this is clearly bothering me. So let me just export this for a second here. And let me go to 2018 GS Sculpt. Go for 3. Just for a second here, guys. Let me save the tool, and it's gonna be there you go. And let me just wait for a second, and it's gonna go to projects, and I'm gonna open this one. I say no, and go load tool, and I'm gonna say head. There you go. So now, and let me put this there you go again. So now those weird spots in that document, they're gone. So better. So let me keep going on this. I need to fix, because I like this curve that I have right here. If you can see from here to the to this point right here to the sheen, you can see, let me show you. Just there you go. And from the front, it looks fine for me. It's for at least for now. Maybe later I'm going to change something here, but the curves that I have here, it looks appealing to me. So I'm just going to there you go, something like that. So for now, just creating this concept. Make it more in, there you go. Alright, I think I can actually just jump I'm going to finish the torso here, the torso side, and when I finish with that, just going to individually, like in the face, like so what I'm gonna do here, like individually parts like mouth, eyes, ears, that kind of things. So let's see. Let me fix the torso. I think there you go. And let me just, okay, 1 second. Go here, change this one, 1 second. The lasso. Oh, that's another thing. You can, for example, I'm using the lasso right now, but if I want to change to the brush, so I can like draw like a mask, I press Control and I go here and I select mask pen, and you can see now that. Wait 1 second. You can see that now I just draw the mask. I mean, just like, you know, like a normal brush. Not like before that I have the lasso here. Lasso, there you go. Let me just select this for a second. Control, just one single click in the outside is going to invert the selection. Or if you press Control I, it's going to do the same effect. So let me just oh, one cool thing about how to add like shortcuts here for the tools that you use all the time. Let me show you real quick here, 1 second. And we go here to brush and auto masking. No, it's not auto masking. Trying to find it. I always forget about this. Wait. Oh, back face mask. For example, if you're sculpting and I have this disabled, let me just disable that. If you're sculpting here, look what happened. It's pulling from this side. It's like in Blender front faces only. This happened because the surface is so thin that the pressure, when you're pressing, the intensity from this side is going to pull from the other side, something like that. So what I do is going to brush and go to auto masking and select back face mask. All right. Just bear with me here. I'm just going to scratch the surface just for a little bit here, just to find a nice See you, Mihal. Take care. So let me keep going on this. Let me in case you don't have a lot of experience working with anatomy, you don't have a lot of knowledge about anatomy, and you don't want to, because trust me, there's a lot of names, a lot of muscles, and a lot of shapes. So I recommend just using a lot of references in this case when working with anatomy, so just to have the correct structure in this case. The neck looks a little bit tight, so I'm just going to try to relax that for a little bit. Go here again with the clay tool. Just find a clavicle spot, neck muscles. Even sometimes I know the name of the muscles, but I spend a little hard time to memorize. Even my wife is a massage therapist, and she actually had a class of anatomy, and sometimes she just she doesn't know all the names. She just you know, she knows what it is, but it's weird names. Right. Right, so far, let me see, let me open here my anatomy references just for a second. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. Just creating a little separation right there. Right. I think I'm gonna move a little this down just for a second. Oh, that looks so weird right there. Let me fix that. Alright, I think I can move now to the ears. And let me save this. Alright, there you go. So let me just select here the ear area. I'm gonna press Ctrl W, so you can see I created like a separate there we go. And let me hide the eyes. I'm not gonna use the eyes so far, so I'm just going to let me open my ear references right here. I can use this pointy thing right there. And let me just for a second The ear anatomy is just so weird. There's so many shapes going on at the same time. It's just, it gets confusing. Just sketch out here just a little bit. There you go. Grab here, grab tool. Trying to find some interesting. Hey, thank you, Daniel. So in the class, you're gonna learn how to do this stuff. So you better be ready. By the way, I didn't ask. Do you have a tablet? A graphic tablet? If you don't, you should be thinking on that. In the first classes, you're not gonna actually need it. But when we get to Sculpt, it's gonna be so much easier for you. The sculpting with the mouse is just a torture. There's no sensitivity field. There's no pressure sensitivity. So it's just so raw. And when you're sculpting with a tablet, you can actually feel how the surface is behaving. And what I mean by that is you can feel the density in the surface of the topology. I know it sounds weird, but I actually feel like that. I feel like when I pull the surface with the pen, I can feel how dense it is. Awesome. That sounds perfect. Well, I started sculpting with a bamboo, a Wacom bamboo. It wasn't the greatest tablet, but you have something. I had a little bit, and then because I was a gift from a friend of mine. She saw that I was starting sculpting and 3D stuff, and she wasn't using it, and so she was like, "Oh, I think you're gonna need this more than I." So she gave it to me. I still have it somewhere here in the house. And then after, when I knew that I actually needed like a better update, I got the one that I have now is the Wacom Intus Pro Large. It's freaking huge. And I haven't, no complaints so far. And trust me, I sculpt and I use it every single day. Every single day for hours and hours. This tablet for the past 3 years, and I haven't get any weird thing from her. Nothing. So far, I think. Let me see how it's looking from, let's see, from far. Yeah, I like. So we're gonna jump now to the mouth. 1 second here for. All right. So let me just select. I'm gonna create a polygroup just with the face. There you go. And a different polygroup just for the mouth. There you go. Let me just select here the mouth and work with it just for a little bit. All right, see you later. Take care. Have a good dinner. Enjoy. See you around. I don't want to be very specific on this part because this is Dynamesh. So I need to do a poly and work on more details after this. So something simple. Like I said, I can't do something specific now because I will be doing this after retopology. Actually, this mouth looks a little weird for him, so let me try to modify this just There you go. Much better. There you go, let me save again. Go number 2. Alright, so let's get going with this. So let me go to the eyes right now and wait 1 second. There we go. Let me just hello, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. Hey man, thank you. Hi. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. It's been a long time since the last live stream, like I said before, but I'm getting back to the usual schedule for the live stream. So hey Edwin, how you doing, man? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I do a lot of in data mesh, like for the concept. I need to have a really good concept. Once that I'm very comfortable with the content that I have, I just go and do a retopo and start working on those details. And I think I can start doing that in a little bit. I'm running out of topology. Alright, so I'm gonna do like a duplicate of this guy and try to find a little bit more definition here in the face. I'm just going to here and duplicate, and I'm going to move this one here, going to hide it. And what I can do, I can actually use layers, but this is no, this is going to be fine. Yeah, this is going to be just fine. Let me do that. Let me do that. Major changes here. Well, decent RAM. If you have a decent RAM, like I don't want to get like too crazy, because I mean it's not fair, because in my case I have 64 gigabytes of RAM. So basically what you're seeing here, what you see in my Blender sculpts, I usually have like 10 or 20 million polygons in Blender. That kind of polygons in Blender is insane, because when you're sculpting with that kind of polygons, your Blender is going to explode if you don't have a really good RAM. So I think with 8 GB of RAM, I think from 4 to 8, you can have something really good. Not too good, because I mean these I used to sculpt with the iMac back a long time ago, and I only have like 8 GB of RAM, and I can only go as far as 15 million polygons. And it was like a little lagging a little bit. So basically that was kind of like my limit. But if you have like a nice processor and good CPU, it basically is going to be good for you. But if you had the chance to upgrade RAM, just do it. Don't think about it, and do it, because it's going to be good for you. Yeah, 8 GB of RAM in Blender, I think is not a good idea for sculpting. In ZBrush, is kind of, you can get away with a lot of gigabytes, because let's say that I go up to 20 million polygons, and here in ZBrush is going to handle it better, to be honest, much better than Blender. Oops. People asking me all the time, because they see that my Blender sculpts have like 20 million polygons or 10 million polygons, and they ask me about these kind of things because it's kind of crazy. With 64 gigabytes of RAM, how much you can do, it's just wow. You can see the difference here between those two. Here in the face, the mouth change. I don't know, I think... The mouth here, nose. I'm trying to see which one actually makes more sense for me. I like this shape of the mouth, but the nose is a little strong, so... But this one is a little thin, it doesn't look that strong. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay with this one. Gonna just modify it just a little bit, and yeah. There we go. I think I'm ready to move to... This is a little... There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, because Blender is just so primitive in this topic about handling like huge amount of polygons while you're sculpting. Because when you're actually doing a concept, if you have a limit, it's just kind of like I don't know, it messed up your thinking. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I don't have a limit, so I can go crazy and just, you know, I'm actually more creative because I can go as far as I can go. And in Blender, it's just sometimes I get frustrated about that, so I'm trying to jump more into ZBrush for these kind of things. I like his face. I like the factions here from the nose here to the mouth. Yeah. Like I said before, try to find a nice balance in between your profile and the front view. If you see, it had to be dynamic. It had to be dynamic. I'm trying to find here. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. So let me see here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump now to do the retopology now. Oops, what's happening here? All right, there we go. I have a plugin. Let me show you right now. Just in case you're new into my live streams, let me open Blender just real quick here. I have a plugin that, let's say that I'm working in some kind of model, right? And this is the thing. I used to think that if I don't do everything in one tool, I'm cheating. I don't feel this is like, that's how a noob or something that has to have experience in the actual getting the job done. It's the kind of thinking, and I used to do that before I get into the game industry, and now I feel much different, and I think that when whatever tools you use to finish the job, that's the kind of thinking you need to have in your mind. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many tools you have if you finish the job faster. That's what I'm trying to say. So I have this tool right here, and if I press this little button right there, and I go to ZBrush just for a second, and I say, hey, I need you to send this model only visible here to Blender. Look what's gonna happen here. 1 second, give it a second. There you go. You can go to Blender. He's actually processing right now. He's sending the model here to Blender. There you go. And let's say that I'm working on an armor for this guy, and I do the armor and do whatever I'm doing, because I actually don't like at all doing hard surface modeling in ZBrush. It doesn't look, I don't know, it doesn't look right to me, so I don't do it. So let's say that I do the hard surface modeling here, and I say, hey, you know what? Let me do that just for a second. Let me go to here and let me add just a cube. I don't know. This is just something to show you what I'm trying to do here. Okay. Let me just have this here, and I'm going to select this one right there. I'm gonna send it to Blender, to ZBrush, so you can see here how fast you can have a connection between those two tools, and get the job done at the end, right? So that's basically what it's about, right? Getting the job done. So now if I want to use that object, let's go to pen and select the cube, and voila, there you go. So that's something that I actually do a lot, and because I actually work with Blender all the time, every single day at work, doing like modeling, sculpting, rigging, whatever. But if I need something from ZBrush, like a quick retopology, that's something that is very handy in to work with, like I'm doing right now. And in a second, I'm going here to geometry and going to ZBrush, and let's say I'm going to put 2 here, adapt it, it's fine. I'm gonna hit ZBrush, and look what happens. And if you haven't seen any other of my live stream, okay, here it is. This is just a quick retopology of the model. This is just insane. To do this in Blender, to get just a result like this in Blender, it's gonna take you at least 1 hour, 2 hours to do like a retopology for your model. So imagine that you're doing something that I'm doing a model, real quick model, and I need a fast retopology. Just go here and do it. And other than that, you have a this tool right here, topology. So if you go here and I say, okay, I need you to prioritize this line that I'm gonna do here. I need to have that line, and I need you to that one and that one. Okay, I'm telling to ZBrush right now, hey, I need you to see this line that I drew for you right there, and try to make the retopology follow those lines. And I'm gonna hit ZBrush, and let's see what happens. In Blender, there's a tool that they're working right now for CG Cookie at Retopol Flow, and it's getting really good. It looks promising, but so far, so you can see that I actually had this entire loop right there. You can see it right there. He tries hard to actually make it happen, but depending on how dense is your topology, that you said, you know how. Let me just erase that. There we go. I actually don't need that right now. Let me see how long I've been in the live stream. 1 hour and 19 minutes. My throat is actually feeling the. Alright guys, do you have any questions? Because I am actually gonna finish here and I'm gonna save this guy for later. I'm not gonna I don't want to like spend too much time on I have been working on this guy. I want just to show you just a little bit. Alright, I have been working on this guy. I actually did the sculpt for the model in ZBrush, and I brought this to Blender because I was going to do all those armor pieces. This is just made on ZBrush. Because, you know, I'm trying to get back to the habit of using ZBrush more often. So I don't like to do hard surface modeling. I'm not thinking of keeping this, so I'm just gonna move it there. There you go. So I actually don't like to do hard surface modeling in ZBrush, so that's why I have Blender to do that. So what I do is just I brought that here to using this thing to Blender. I did some armor pieces here, and it's getting like some nice shapes here, and I'm gonna be working on that. So right guys, if you don't have any questions, so thank you so much for watching the live stream. This is my first only live stream for ZBrush. It's a lot more coming because I'm actually gonna do a lot more live stream for ZBrush sculpting. And If you haven't subscribed already to the channel, just go right now and subscribe to the channel. It's gonna help me a lot, guys. Share the videos if you like, share the content, and see you in the next live stream or the next video tutorial. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.